channel. Today I filmed for you a tutorial on this classic black smoky eye that I'm wearing right now. If you guys want to see how to get this look, please keep watching and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up as well. I've already done my foundation and I did my brows off camera, and obviously I've done this eye. So I'm going to start out by priming my lid with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. So I'm just going to use my finger, put that all over my lid. The two palettes that I'm going to be using today are the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette and the Tartelette and Bloom palette. So I'm going to start out with the Tartelette and Bloom palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here just to set that primer. I'm only going to set my crease area though because I want my lid to stay a little bit tacky. So I'm just going to pop that right in my crease and just blend that out. You're not really going to be able to see this color, it just gives me like a nice smooth base for the rest of my colors. Okay, so next, same palette, I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Smarty Pants, and that is going to be my transition shade, and I'm using a Lexi 205 for that. So I want to keep this in my upper crease area, and I really don't have to be careful with this because we're going to cover it up with colors that are a lot darker anyway, but I just want to make sure that I get it in my upper crease area so it peeks through, like you can kind of see on this side. And I'm bringing that right into the inner corner using windshield wiper and circular motions. Okay, so next on the same brush I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Rebel, and it's kind of like a warm brownish rusty color. And I'm going to pop that in my crease as well, and I'm just going to keep it the tiniest bit lower than the first shade that we used. And I'm going to bring this down on my upper lid area as well, just to help us blend later on. Okay, so next I'm going to switch up my brush. I'm switching over to the Lexi 237. It's just a skinnier blending brush, and I'm going to take this shade right here called Activist, and I'm going to pop that in my crease, but I'm just going to be a little bit more careful with where I put it. So I'm going to put it right in like the socket line there, and I'm going to try to not bring it up too high, but I can bring it down on my lid as low as I want because, like I said, I'm going to put black over it. So this skinny brush just really helps me be more precise with where I put this shade. Okay, so the next step is to take a black base of some kind. The one I'm going to be using today is the Rimmel Scandaleyes eyeshadow stick, and it's just a black chubby eyeliner, and I'm going to put that right on my lid. I'm not going to bring it up high at all because I'm going to blend it up to the crease. So while that's still tacky, I'm going to take this brush. This is the Urban Decay brush that comes in the Naked palettes, and I'm going to use the flat end. And I'm just going to blend that out. Now to get in this area right here, instead of putting down the base right there and then trying to blend it out, I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand and then pick it up with the brush. That way I can be like a little bit more careful with it. So I'm just going to grab it like that. And then it doesn't get as messy. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this black shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to mix it with the Activist color that we just put in the crease, and I'm going to pop that in the crease as well. Just putting this in the lower crease area. When I'm doing really dark smoky eyes like this, I find it's easier to start in the crease and blend downwards rather than put all kinds of black on your lid and blend it upwards. I just find that you have a little bit more control this way. So that's why I'm doing it like this instead of putting the black on and blending it up into the crease. So now that I'm pretty happy with how that's blended, I'm going to go ahead and pick up just the black and pack that on my lid area. I would also definitely suggest doing your foundation second, or at least doing your concealer second, because when you're working with really dark colors, you can get a lot of fallout. Surprisingly, I don't have any, but that's unusual. So just do your eyes first when you're doing really intense looks like this. And then to get rid of any harsh lines, I'm just grabbing a clean Sigma E35 and I'm just going to go along the top there. So now, as always, when I'm doing a dark smoky eye, I like to tightline and also fill in my waterline. I'm going to go ahead and pop a coat of mascara on my top lashes. Today I'm using the CoverGirl Total Tease and just popping those on my top lashes. And I forgot to highlight my brow bone, so I'm just grabbing this white shade from the In Bloom palette called Charmer, and I'm just going to pop that underneath my brow. This brush that I'm using is an accent brush by Real Techniques. Before I do my lower lash line, I like to conceal first, so I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm just going to use that to highlight my face. I already did this side, so I'm just going to pop that under this eye, down the bridge of my nose a little bit, my Cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin, and a tad in the center of my forehead. And to blend that out, I'm using this Filthy Pure Cosmetics makeup sponge. To set my concealer, I'm just going to bake a little bit with my RCMA No Color Powder. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using this Bare Minerals Mineral Veil Powder and this powder brush by Real Techniques. When I do really dramatic eye looks, I like to contour pretty heavily. So today I'm going to use my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit, and I'm going to use this middle shade here with my Sephora Contouring Multitasker Brush. And I'm just going to make sure I tap off all the excess. And then I'm just going to cut some cheekbones. I'm not going to bring it down too low. I want to just keep it mainly in this area right here. But this brush is amazing. This is the best contour brush I've ever had. I'm also going to go ahead and bronze up my skin a little bit, and for that I'm going to be using my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer, and the brush that I'm using is this one here by Crown Brushes. This is a Jumbo Kabuki fan brush. I also want to contour my nose a little bit today, so I'm going back into my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade right here. This is kind of the cooler brown, lighter tone in the palette, and I'm using my BH Cosmetics Angled Crease Brush. This is my favorite brush for nose contouring, and I'm really making sure that there's not a lot of product on this brush at all, and then just popping that down the side of my nose. And blending that down the side. And I stop when I get to the little knobby part of my nose. And connect that to my brow. And I'm also going to shorten up my nose a little bit, so just putting that right on the tip and around my nostril area. And then I want to make my nose look a little more button-like, so I'm just popping a little line across here. Now I want to blend out any harsh lines, so I'm taking this contour brush by Real Techniques. There's nothing on it, but I'm just running over what I just did, and it will blend out any harsh lines. For my highlighter today, I'm using this one here. This one's by Ofra. It's like a gold shimmery highlight. It's called Rodeo Drive. So I'm going to just pop that on the high points of my face, like my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my chin, my cupid's bow. So I'm going to go pretty ham sandwich with this highlighter today, because why not? And so yeah, I'm kind of just going to pack that on. I also took a little bit of this highlighter and popped it in the inner corner of my eye, and by a little bit I mean a ton. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that right now. Lastly, for my face, I'm going to use this blush here. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that and pop it on my cheeks. Now to finish up my lower lash line, going into the Shade and Light palette, grabbing that black color, and this is just a flat definer brush, and I'm just going to stamp that along my lower lash line. Then going back into my, what's this called, In Bloom palette, grabbing Rebel, and I'm going to use that on my e.l.f. crease brush, aka pencil brush, and just blend that out. I'm also going to kind of connect the lower lash line to the upper lid area. And then going back in with that crease brush that I've been using earlier. I'm not adding anything to it, I'm just smoking that out a little bit more. Now I'm just going to pop some mascara on my lower lashes, throw on some falsies, and then I will show you what I'm going to do with my lips. The lashes I'm using today are these ones by Cosmic Lashes. These are called Cosmic Naturals. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop these on off camera, because if you guys have been watching my videos, you've seen me do this a whole bunch of times, and it's pretty boring, so I'll BRB. Okay, so I am back. I put my lashes on, so now I'm going to do my lips. So I really want to do like a beigey nude, but I always feel like I can't pull off these colors. But then I see other people on Instagram and stuff, and they're as pale as me and they can pull it off, so I don't really know. Let me know if you think I can pull off this color. I'm going to give it a go anyway. I literally never wear colors like this, but I feel like with a black smoky eye, a really pale beige lip looks really, really nice. So we'll see how it goes. So this is MAC Stripped Down, and I'm just going to very, very lightly line my lips. For my actual lip color today, I'm going to be using this one by BH Cosmetics. This is the Color Lock lipstick in the shade Honesty. So I'm just going to kind of pat that on my lips. My lips are really dry, so this might be disgusting. So yeah, my lips are super dry, so I'm just gonna pop a gloss on top of that just so they look less butthole-like. So the lip gloss I'm gonna try today is this one here. It is in the shade Plato's Cave, and it's by Allegory Story. I've never actually heard of this before, but I got it in my BoxyCharm. I don't know, this might look bad, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is everything for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you want to see, and I'll see you next time. Bye!